Hey guys, welcome to the picks from the 6th.
We're
This is
going to give a
Jose.
little update first.
Okay, Paul said he's going to get an update.
This is unusual for us to give this update.
Okay,
It's
cool.
going to be a special health
Alright, special health update by Paul.
due to the coronavirus.
Yes, look in the
There have been some changes to sporting events.
Yes, that is true.
We'll get to the NCAA tournament,
Alright.
that one, but we'll start with Wednesday, March 11th.
Yeah,
And if I can read Jose's writing,
yeah, I hope so.
Blackhawks versus Sharks. It's the crap boys.
Yeah,
Or as Martin would put it,
yeah,
nobody gives a shit about that war.
yeah. And what will we pick?
The Blackhawks, we have to pick some team.
Yeah, and then after that?
Oilers versus Jets. I'm picking Oilers
Yeah, that's good.
because of our favorite co-worker at the theater,
Like,
Evan.
yeah.
Because if I don't pick the Oilers, he might try and hang me with some.
And then what's it called? I'm picking the Jets because I like Connor. Connor's on fire right now. for
Yeah.
The Jets.
And then it's the Blues versus Ducks.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm picking the Blues just
Both of us are.
they're the champs because you can't, even if a champ struggle,
But they still came back from far away. They were 7th place, and then they just climbed back to first.
and people, this is what you've learned. When you're the champions, like look at last year with the Ravens. The Ravens were good regular season team, but when they got to that playoff game, they just.
Couldn't make it.
But it's because the Titans are an actual.
Yes.
When a team nobody
It's hot.
expects to
It's
win.
hot. Like
The running
Flyers, like the Flyers, right? Nobody expected them to do stuff, and now look, they're one game back from the Capitals for taking over first.
As bad as the Leafs had on their road trip,
They bounced back.
They bounced back, and
Yeah.
they beat a good team.
Yeah,
People-
that's the team you're chasing, right?
Yeah, people are gonna end up saying, "Oh, they didn't have their top players enough," but you can't use
No,
that as
Matthews
excuse.
scored on that game against the Lightning.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
next game is the Abbies
Yeah.
versus the Rangers.
Yes, well, we both pick.
Abbies.
All right.
Then Kings versus Sens. We're both picking the Kings because it's the crap ball also. But the Kings are actually playing better.
Oh yes, but still not enough. Not time enough.
Then 76ers versus the Pistons. We're picking the 76ers because
That's the better team.
and Jose just if I won the XFL and the Major League Soccer, I would have done the four-peat.
Yeah. Oh
I
man.
would have-
I know you missed it. I won the
But like,
MLS.
but the XFL is the one thing.
it's that one's hard to pick.
Which
That's
we
not
don't.
hard.
We
don't follow
I
it.
won't say we
Yeah.
don't care.
No, we don't follow that much.
It's better than it used to be. Remember how
I
it
know.
was?
Yeah. The second time is always a better time because they know what went wrong, right?
Jose may want to watch Major League Soccer, but unfortunately, I don't see that happening anytime soon because now you have to be very careful,
Yes, that is true, bro.
especially if you have old people. That's why I want to say to Martin, "Did you wash your hands?" He said, "I never wash my hands." I said, "Okay, Martin, nice knowing you."
Oh boy, Paul's on the rant right now.
Hawks versus 76. Hawks versus the Knickerbockers.
Yes. What are you gonna pick? We both pick Hawks. Now, Paul, next one.
Heat versus the Hornets. We both pick Heat.
Yes. of
Mavs
course.
versus Nuggets. We both pick Mavs
Yes, sir.
because that's both good teams.
Yeah, they're both good teams, but we
Then-
like Dominic.
Thunder versus the Jazzy,
Yeah.
or as Fresh Prince is referred to as DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
And then the Pelicans versus the Kings. I'm picking the Pelicans because the Kings stink.
And I'm picking Pelicans because that's my team. All right, guys, we're doing Thursday, March 12th, 2020, a day before Friday the 13th. So get your superstitions ready.
But we don't really believe in the superstitions because if we did,
I do. I don't like black facts walking my way. and walking under ladders.
Yeah, but
Especially that's in my field of electrical. I was using a ladder, but it was a small ladder, so I
Yeah.
couldn't go all the way. But anyways, let's go back to the games. So the first game for NHL is Predators versus. Oh wait, Canes versus Devils. Paul picks Devils. I pick Canes. Canes are battling for 8th spot. Devils are dead in the water.
actually, this game could be a trap game because
Yeah.
a team that has nothing to play for
Yes.
is the most dangerous team.
I agree, Paul. Yeah, but I'm hoping that the Caps can win.
Because look what happened with the Canadians
I
last
know,
year.
I know. It was rough times there for 2 years straight, Paul. I know. And then it's Leafs versus the Predators. Leafs lost 3 games in their road trip, but I think Paul picked the Leafs to win over the Predators. Predators are trying to maintain their 8th spot lead in the West. Next one is Flyers and Lightning. I think that will be the game of the night.
Flyers versus.
Lightning, because
but-
they're 2 good teams. Both of them are second place,
But the Flyers, like,
and they should take over Washington by end of this week. I hope.
but like, as good. Even if Washington isn't a top 2 seed
Yeah,
and they fall down, they're actually a more dangerous team because you have Ovechkin and you have Kovalchuk
yeah,
and Backstrom, or as the league is now referring to that team as
Team Russia.
Team Russia, which basically.
That is true. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with Stamkos for the win. But Paul's going with Giroux. Who else? What's it? Konensky. Konensky's pretty good too. And then after that is the Pens versus Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets are trying to catch up to the 8th spot as well. But Pens are riding nicely in 3rd place. You think that's a good place for the Pens to be in the playoffs? 3rd place?
It doesn't matter where you finish regular
No,
season wise.
but for expertise, did you ever see a 3rd place win a Stanley Cup yet, or no?
The way these playoff scenes has only been around since I think like last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
But this is why it doesn't matter how you get to the playoffs. Once you get to the playoffs, because look and see.
I can't wait for the playoffs. It's going to be very interesting matchups.
Remember what happened last year? I think it was last year with the Blues. At the end of January, last place. Then they came back, and you know, as much as people, they had their special good luck charm. What's her name?
The singer, right?
No, the kid that had cancer.
Oh, that guy. Oh, so they had a motivation.
So when you have a motivation thing on your team,
Yeah. You're gonna force yourself to play good.
yeah,
Right? All right. And then after that, we're going to where is it? Where were we, Paul? Pens versus. No, we did that one already. Sabres versus Canadians. That's my team. I'm picking Canadians no matter what, win or lose. I was picking Sabres. That's more probably the realistic win. Then it's Caps versus Red Wings. That's an easy win for the Caps. That's why we both picked Caps. Then it was Golden Knights versus Wild. Wild's going to try to be catching up to the 8th spot, but I don't think so. But it's a close one down there, in the Western Conference for 8th spot. And then it's well, we're both picking Golden Knights. Then it's Stars versus Panthers. I don't like picking the Panthers, but I'm feeling Huffman from the Panthers just tearing the league for the past week, and they're going to continue to score that guy like crazy. And Paul picks Stars. Then it's Flames versus Islanders. We both pick Flames. Giroux, not Giroux, was it? Gordine.
whatever his name is.
And then Monahan too. Then it's after that we both pick Flames, and then it's Canucks versus
Coyotes.
Coyotes, and we both pick Canucks because they're right now, I believe, 8th spot,
And-
7th spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe if the Flames don't get to the playoffs or do something in the playoffs, they're gonna have to maybe trade. As much as the Flames fans don't want to hear this,
Yeah.
trade maybe Goudreau or
Yeah, that's the guy.
could
That's
pick-
the thing I was looking for. You forgot.
because the interesting thing is like that's why the Leafs signed their guys to long-term deals.
Yes.
They could have made a trade for a big-time guy at the deadline, but the one thing they did not want to do
Want to flip them at the end of the season. Right?
and lose them, like they could have
Yeah.
Thornton, but the problem is the Sharks were wanted too much.
Yes, that is true.
This is the thing. When a player gets old, people say, "Oh, he's too old," but he has the experience when you have
Yeah.
experience in playoffs,
Yeah, that's good.
and you have the beard.
Oh yes, the playoff beer is coming. I can't wait.
I think it was one of the Leaf players.
Oh, they started early.
You remember when the Leaf players?
I like.
pulled
You know
the beard?
which one I liked from the Leafs? Craig Anderson. It wasn't even a beard, Paul. It was like a nice mustache.
Yeah.
Craig, the Anderson.
And-
Not.
And one of our managers right now has
Yeah.
a bit of a mustache.
Who was that? Oh, should give him a shout out.
Mr. TP,
TP.
Tyler P.
Oh.
And you know who I have a picture on my phone? I'm going to show you.
All right. You can show me, Paul. Let's see. What is the picture?
You remember this guy?
Yes.
Mr. Winston?
Yeah.
Shout out to Winston.
Yeah. All right. Excellent.
Or as some people may refer to him as
What's his name, Paul? You know it.
another Tyler, but they both are
you
hard
forgot.
workers.
No, you forgot. His name is Big Kahuna.
Oh, right, Big Kahuna and our good friend Matthew Lewis.
Yeah.
Matthew may not want to admit this, but the only reason Matthew got the job at Cineplex because of Winston.
Oh,
that's
man. You're spilling all the tea in front of the show, Paul. How could you?
hey, we'll get more views.
Oh, okay. Oh, you want controversies, eh? All right.
We need some controversy.
Okay, fine. That'll be fine with me. Okay, now we're going to NBA. So right now it's Bulls versus Magic. Both of us pick Magic. Magic's on 8th spot in the East. Then it's Bucks versus Celtics. We both pick Bucks. What's it called? The Celtics lost their player. Was it Brown for a couple of weeks? Yeah. Then it's then after that it's Grizzlies and Trailblazers. Paul's picking Trailblazer. He believes in Lillard. I pick Grizzlies because of Valanciunas. He's hot right now, Valanciunas.
Valanciunas has always been a good player in the league, but the problem is he hasn't shown that consistency.
Well, he was good for the last 3 games, like making 20 plus points
But-
and doing good rebounds.
But it's because he doesn't. They have a team that's not expected to do well.
Oh, okay.
When you have a team that doesn't have any stars,
So you have to pick up your pants and do your own work, right?
and personally, I
Yeah.
think like people always say coach of the year this year. If it's not one of these two guys, the guy from Memphis,
Yeah.
who's basically had no stars this
Yeah,
year.
but if they make it to the playoffs, for sure he would be the player.
No, the one who I see being coach of the year this year,
Yeah, which one?
I would have to give it to Nick Nurse.
Yeah.
Because with all the injuries he's had this year,
And he still maintained a high performing team, right?
people would say, why is Nick Nurse so good? But the interesting thing is, when you play under a coach like Casey for a number of years, you know how to win. And people said they got rid of Kawhi. People said, oh, we'll be fine. You see, Siakam's been better this year than he was last year.
Yeah, because he's the main guy now.
Yeah.
All right, and then our next game we picked was Lakers versus Rockets. We're both picking Lakers because of LeBron and Davis, and then it's the Nets versus the Warriors. We both picked the Nets because of LeVert.
Yeah.
And here you go, Paul. You're up next.
Friday the 13th.
Whoa! Friday the 13th.
And coming up soon, we're not sure when it is.
Yeah. Tell me.
It's good old Spencer's.
Birthday?
We,
Oh.
we don't actually know how old he is.
I
Just
thought he was 110.
we haven't been. And last Saturday, we mentioned this.
Yeah.
We went to a party. We saw the old people.
Yes, the old Cineplex crew.
And it's like some people at Cineplex said, "Why didn't you invite us?" I said, "But this is old Cineplex.
Yeah, that's right. It was a good time, right, Paul?
We
And we even got the hour ahead on that day too.
they didn't kick us out till almost 4:15.
Yeah.
The people say, what do you do when you go out drinking? When you go out drinking, stay in the bar until they tell you to leave.
Oh yeah, that's fine with me. I liked it too. I was there, having a good time.
And if we went out any farther, I could have ended
It
up
was
at
the
a
Green Room, right? Give a shout out to Green Room.
Green Room. There's 2 good bars downtown I've been to that people should check out.
Okay, Paul, give it up.
The Green Room,
Yes.
good
Yeah.
food, reasonably priced drinks,
Yeah.
and our GM Muna knows about that place. She told us good place.
What is it?
And the other place is Toby's.
Oh yes, right across.
We,
the
we,
street.
we would have gone there, but for UFC you would have had to pay $10 just to get
Oh,
in.
there was a cover charge. Okay. So let's begin with our
Friday
picks. 13. Woo! Scary.
So-
Lucky day for Paul, though. Right, Paul? Friday the 13th is a lucky day for you.
Yeah, and this year will be my 13th year at Cineplex.
Oh, see, you're 13 and 13.
Or as my cousins basically refer to it as the
Dirty dozen.
the Jewish time, because when you turn 13 you become a man.
Oh, so you're the man of Cineplex then. Excellent.
Okay, so the first game,
Alright.
if I can read Jose's writing,
Yes, I think I wrote pretty well today.
yeah,
Depending on the other times.
compared to first time.
Yes,
Bruins
exactly.
versus Sabres.
I picked the Bruins.
I picked Sabres because most of the time I can't pick the Bruins. I refuse
Yeah,
to.
yeah. Yes. And what else? Oh,
Sharks versus
Blues.
Blues. I'm picking Blues because they're the champs.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Then I must be drunk or something. I'm picking the Sens over the Blackhawks.
I know. Paul was on a crazy lucky streak, picking wild picks all this season. Maybe it'll work too. You don't know, right, Paul? But I picked Blackhawks, by the way.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Oilers versus Islanders. We both picked the Oilers because they're just a better team.
Yep, exactly.
Canucks
Do you
versus.
think Islanders gonna get kicked out of the playoffs?
It's hard to say.
Because they're like two games in front, but there's still 20 plus games.
The interesting thing is, if you get hot towards the end of the season,
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be good for whoever
Canucks,
gets on.
Canucks versus the Avalanche,
Yeah. We both pick Canucks.
and this year could be a history-making year for the Leafs if people look at it like this. No Leaf in the last, I think, maybe close to 30 years
Yes. Tell me more.
has had 50 goals, and Matthews has 47.
Yeah.
He ties that's the most scores I think in a season the last number of years with John Tavares.
Oh, okay, nice.
And people say, oh, and Matthews' contract is an interesting one. He's making good money, and
Yes.
it's not, but it's not. It's mostly
Endorsements.
so. Basically, if a strike happens,
He's still okay.
he gets paid, and that's why he's playing better because the more goals he scores, the more bonuses.
More, yeah, and more publicity too.
And this
We're going to NBA now.
NBA Hawks versus Cavs. I pick Hawks. Jose's picking.
That's my wild pick, Cavs.
Oh no, it's Hornets.
Yeah, you're Hornets. I'm Cavs.
Jose's drunk or something.
I know. What else, Paul?
Wizards versus Celtics.
Yes.
We will pick Celtics. As much as I don't want the Celtics to win, I can't.
You gotta give them props. You gotta do-
The-
They're like what? A game, 2 games behind?
They're three. I think they're 3 games back.
Oh man.
It's because the Raptors always have won almost a division title every year the last since this big team started. Like against, I think it was against the first year they won it.
Yeah.
Then then the year after that got swept.
Yeah. All right. So they have a winning streak for Raptors for winning the divisional first.
The Raptors used to be the laughingstock of the
Yeah,
league.
but now they're very good. They have a couple. What is it?
Yeah.
5 years running.
I think
that
so.
they make the playoffs, give or take.
No, it's I think 7-8 years.
7, 8 years. Whoa.
Heat versus Knicks. No, it's
Yeah. Heat versus Knicks.
we both pick Heat. Then it's Wolves versus Thunder. We both pick Thunder.
Yes, sir.
Nuggets versus Spurs. I pick Nuggets. Jose picked Spurs. Pelicans versus Jazz.
Oh,
Both
yeah, you
pick,
gotta tell them Aldridge is back from the Spurs. That's why I picked
okay. And Pelicans versus Jazz. Both pick the Pellies.
it. Yeah. Zion Williams, best.
And the Clippers versus the Nets. We have to pick the Clippers.
All right, excellent. We're just moving along very nicely, and we're having great commentary from Paul. I appreciate you talking more.
And one of these days,
What? What is one of these days, Paul? Tell me.
whenever Sam and Steve's wedding is, we're not sure when that is. It's supposed to be November, but
I'm ready.
if for some reason they want to
it's
change
not-
the date,
We're going to Montreal.
so if
To watch Toronto.
if they decide to change the wedding for any date,
Yeah.
that's fine with us.
We will go to Montreal, right, Paul?
And like
We're gonna watch that Montreal game, and you're gonna wear your Leafs, and you're gonna get beaten up.
I've yet to get beaten up, but the last time I was in Montreal, I fell and banged up my elbow.
Yeah. Also, it's self-inflicted then.
I think, and also when we go there, I'm gonna visit family, and if you ever want to go to a good store, go to I forget the name of the store. It's the garage, the store garage.
Yeah.
A friend of mine works there.
All right. So now it's my turn. This is for Saturday, March 14, 2020. We got 4 leagues to go through, so let's begin. So our first game is Wild versus Flyers. I'm thinking both me and Paul are picking Flyers, again, due to their hot winning streak. Then it's the Ducks versus Kings. We don't care about them, but Paul likes Kings, I like Ducks. Then it's the Red Wings versus the Lightning. Lightning's going to have an easy win over the Red Wings. Then it's the Caps versus Blackhawks. Again, Blackhawks are almost out of the playoffs, so we're going to go with Caps, both of us. Then it's the Predators versus Blue Jackets. I went for the Predators because I wanted them to maintain the 8th spot, and Paul's going with the Blue Jackets. Then it's the Pens versus Canes. This is my lucky pick. I'm going with the Canes to win over the Pens. Then it's the Devils versus Panthers. Paul loves the Devils. He always picks Dancing with the Devils.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to gamble.
Yeah, and that's his gambling pick, like he said. And I'm going with Panthers. I don't like them either, but I had to pick them because I don't like the Devils more than the Panthers.
And I didn't see Savio.
And then, Paul, this is the game this Saturday, guys. If you're watching it this Saturday,
What is it?
it's Leafs versus Bruins.
I
I picked Bruins,
the
he
Leafs-
picked the Leafs.
The
So now he
Bruins
can talk.
I've been Toronto 2 out of 3 times, but in the games, honestly, Toronto has played well in those games. Like,
Yeah.
whenever Toronto plays Boston, the games are close. And like,
Yeah.
but this year now, the Leafs have a backup goalie. They know if Anderson gives up a few goals.
They have a good goalie to back him up.
Personally, last night's game,
Yeah.
the other players should have got penalized a couple of times because they ran over the goalie.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful because when a guy goes over the goalie and you know how he runs into
knocks
it,
him, yeah.
and
And
the
he has a
more-
neck injury, right?
He's had a neck injury.
Yeah.
He's had a concussion. That's why,
It's hard, right? Because then they have to take him out, right?
Yep.
Do the test, right?
yeah, Stars.
All right, so we're going now. Stars versus Sharks. Stars should win easily over the Sharks as well. I don't know any reason why they shouldn't win, but that's my pick. Me and
Crazier things has happened.
Yeah, that's right, Paul. And then it's Rangers versus Coyotes. We both picked Rangers to win over the Coyotes. Then it's the battle of the Canadians, the Winnipegs versus the Albertans.
Yeah.
Paul picked the Winnipeg guys. I picked the Albertans to win. Maybe here in Alberta they're fighting over toilet paper
Yeah, I think that.
because there's a toilet paper shortage.
Yeah,
That's crazy, huh?
yeah.
Are you gonna buy lots of toilet paper now, Paul?
No, we'll just buy online through Amazon.
Oh no, they're sold out there too. What are you gonna do? Let's go to Shoppers Drug Mart or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because apparently, because of that virus strikes again, says the health officials say if you're gonna stay home, you need at least a week worth of toilet paper and all that stuff.
No.
Yeah.
If you don't have toilet paper and you have towels, you're okay.
You see, Paul's always thinking.
And my
see?
mom told me something
Yeah.
yesterday that
Yeah.
you have to start doing.
Yeah, what is
Whenever
it?
you come home from work,
Yes.
wash your work pants, your work shirt every day.
All right, yeah, there you go. There's good helpful tips for Paul. But now let's go back to here. So now for NBA, it's Suns versus Mavericks. Mavericks should win over the Suns, but it should be a close match because Booker's doing pretty good and Rubio. Then it's the Raptors versus Pistons. Raptors should win because Pistons are on their last legs. They only have Woods. Who's Woods? See, Woods is like a two-time player.
And people feel bad for what's his name, Casey.
Yeah,
He could have been on a good team,
yeah.
but
He left. That's his
No,
decision.
he was fired.
Oh, he was fired. Oh, well, that's kind of leaving too.
that's just how it is.
Yep. And then after that is Pacers versus 76ers. Paul picked 76ers. I'm picking Pacers. I love Sabonis. He's been hot during this whole week. Then it's Cavs versus Hawks. We both pick Hawks. Trey Young and Collins are doing a great job there, but still they're not making it to the playoffs. Then it's Heat versus Bulls. Heat should have an easy win over the Bulls. Then it's the Spurs versus the Wolves. We both pick Spurs again. The DeRozan and Aldridge is good. Then it's Bucks versus Warriors. Bucks should kill the Warriors easily as well. Then it's Jazz versus Grizzlies. We're picking both Jazz because of Mitchell. And then finally it's Pelicans, my team, versus Clippers. Paul picked Clippers. That's a for sure win. But me, I'm a Pelican fan, so I have to pick Pelicans. Now we're doing MSL. There's a lot of games of MSL. It's pretty good, the matchups right now.
But there might not be a lot of fans. But
Yeah, it's pretty good though. I don't mind it, you know. But here we go. So first game is New York FC versus FC Dallas. We both pick FC Dallas because they are a more better team than New York FC. We don't know the players' names yet, but we're gonna get there soon. Next one after that is Inter Miami versus LA Galaxy. Paul picked Inter Miami due to
Beckham.
and I pick LA Galaxy because that's the team I'm more familiar with. And then after that is the Toronto FC. That's Paul's team. We both picked it because they're awesome. They're just still doing the same thing like always. You know, they're always winning or
And
tying.
for the first 2 games,
They were playing good though. They were playing.
out of 6 possible points,
Yeah, they got 4, right?
4 out of 6 points.
Yeah, so not bad. And then after that is Columbus versus Real Salt Lake. I'm gonna pick Real Salt Lake. Paul's picking Columbus. I feel like I don't know these 2 teams, so that's why we just picked them off the blue. Then we went to Cincinnati versus DC United. DC United is always being a good team, so that's why we picked them. Then it's the juggernaut matchup. It's Atlanta versus KC. Both of them are on top of their leagues. Both of them got 2 wins each. So I'm picking KC, and Paul's picking Atlanta. It's going to be an awesome game. Next one after that is Van City versus Colorado. So Paul picking the Canadian Connection, Vancouver Whitecaps, and I'm picking the Colorado. After that is Philly versus San Jose. Paul's picking Philly because he likes Fresh Prince, and then I'm picking San Jose because it has my name on it.
Yeah.
All right, and then after that is Orlando versus Chicago. I'm picking Orlando City because I like their play style, and Paul's picking Chicago Fire. And then finally, we're both picking Seattle
The
to win
defending
champions. Yes, from last year.
And
Over
over the
his-
last-
go ahead, Paul. Go.
I
You're
think out of the last 3-4 years, there's only been 1 year
yeah.
when it wasn't Seattle and Toronto in the Cup Finals.
Yes. Oh wait, I have XFL too. XFL Week 6. We only have 2 games. Paul's picking the Vipers to win over the Battlehawks, and I'm doing vice versa. Because Battlehawks won good last week, so that's why I'm going for him. Then after that is the Roughnecks versus the Guardians. I'm picking Guardians to win over the Roughnecks, and Paul's doing the reverse.
Yeah.
Okay. Now Paul's gonna do Sunday. That's gonna be a lot of things to do as well.
Okay, for Sunday, February 15th,
Yes, Paul. Go
if
for
it's
it.
the right day.
Yes, it is, Paul.
Oilers versus Flyers. I pick Oilers. Jose picks Flyers. Golden Knights versus Avs. I pick Golden Knights. Jose picks Avs. Blues versus Sens. Bo pick Blues. Canadians versus Ducks. Bo pick Canadians. Lightning versus Devils. Bo pick Lightning.
That's right.
Canes versus
What do you need? Canes versus
Sabres.
Sabres.
Both pick Canes. Then the Pens versus Islanders.
Yeah.
I pick Pens. We both pick Pens.
Yeah.
Predators versus Wild. I pick Predators. Jose picks Wild. Canucks versus Jets. I pick Canucks. Jose picks Jets.
Yes, sir.
And NBA. Rockets versus Blazers. I pick Rockets. Jose picks Blazers.
Like Lillard, man. Lillard's heating up again.
Then Thunder versus Wizards. Both pick Thunder.
Yeah, Thunder's good though.
Yeah,
I like
and
it.
Magic versus. Who were they playing?
Oh, that's Hornets.
Hornets. Both pick Magic. Celtics. Both pick Celtics. Nets. Kings. Both pick Nets. No, I pick Nets. Jose picks Kings.
Yes, sir.
And
Sneaky Fox.
then
There he
Lakers.
is.
Lakers versus Nuggets. We both pick Lakers.
Yes, and now we go MLS.
New England versus Portland. I pick New England. Jose picks Portland.
I feel Portland's underdog.
Yeah. And the Red Bulls versus Minnesota. Both pick
That's
Red
a
Bulls.
favorite pick. Oh yeah.
Then XFL. Renegades versus
Defenders.
Defenders. I pick Renegades.
I pick Defenders. And then finally,
Dragons versus.
Wildcats.
I pick Dragons.
And I pick Dragons as well. Alright, now I'm on a Monday, March 16, one day before St. Patrick's Day. Everybody's gonna be dressing up green. I will be. All right, so our first game for NHL is Bruins versus Blue Jackets. Bruins should maintain the win. I think it's going to be a tough battle, but Bruins will maintain the first place pedigree. And how do you think they're going to win the President Trophy this week or next week, Paul? That's what I want to hear from a Leaf fan. When do you think the Bruins going to win the President Trophy?
Maybe in a couple weeks.
Couple weeks? All right. And then after that is Flames versus Rangers. Paul's picking the Canadian Connection Flames. I'm picking the Rangers. Then after that is the Caps versus Oilers. Again, Paul with the Canadian Connection. He likes Oilers. I like Caps with OV. And then he scored last week. He scored what's called a hat trick.
Yeah.
OV. That's awesome though. And then it's the Panthers versus Red Wings. Paul likes the Red Wings. I like the Panthers. Not really, but I had to pick something different. Then it's the Stars versus Coyotes. We both picked Stars. Now for NBA, it's Wizards versus 76ers. I'm picking Wizards because of Beal. Paul's picking 76ers. I don't know what kind of players they have. They're getting injuries left and right. I don't know who's in or out, Paul.
Yeah.
Then it's Raptors versus Warriors. Raptors should win. We both have Raptors picks. Then it's the Pelicans versus Hawks. I'm picking Pelicans again because that's my team. And then Paul's picking the Hawks. Then it's the Bucks versus the Heat. That's a nice matchup on that night. I'm going with the Bucks. Paul's picking the Heat. Then it's what's it called, Grizzlies versus Spurs. I'm picking the Spurs because of DeRozan and Aldridge. They're doing a great job over there. And then Paul's picking Spurs as well. Then it's the Lakers versus Jazz. Again, we're picking Lakers again because of Davis and LeBron. Nothing can tell you, they're the best team in the league right now, and we both picked that. Then there was another great matchup in the nighttime. It's Mavs versus Clippers. I'm picking the Mavs. Paul's picking the Clippers. Two great matchups: Kawhi versus Doncic. And Paul, I'm gonna send it to you to your mother's birthday, I believe it is too. Shout out for Paul's mom. What's the date? March 17th,
Yeah.
2020?
Leafs versus Devils. Both pick Leafs. Flames versus Islanders. Both pick Flames.
Yes, sir. What else?
Canes
versus Sharks. So we both pick Canes. Now we go.
Flyers, Blues.
Yeah.
I pick Flyers, you pick Blues. Blackhawks, Wild. I pick Blackhawks, you pick Wild.
Yes, sir.
Then it's Jets, Panthers, both pick Jets. Avalanche, Sharks, both Avalanche. Golden Knights, both pick Golden Knights versus Stars. And Kings, Canadians, I pick Kings. Jose picks Canadians.
Yes, sir.
NBA is Magic, Pistons, both pick Magic. Hornets, Knicks, both pick Hornets.
I like those deals. I like those picks, Paul.
Rockets, Cavs, both pick Rockets. Thunder
Okay,
versus
good
Grizzlies.
sunlight, too.
Thunder. And Mavs versus Kings, both pick Mavs. And Wolves, Blazers, both I pick Wolves. Jose picks Blazers.
Oh, yes. And that's it, guys. I guess we got to wish them happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy birthday to Paul's mom.
Yep.
What else? Sunday is the NCAA lucky pick draw for the March Madness, and March Madness begins on Thursday, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's it for us. Hope to see you. Hopefully we will get the bracket before, and we're doing a late night filming, right, Paul? Because
Yeah.
I'm working. So we might be a little tired, but we're going to give you the information the best we can. So say bye, Paul, and we're going to go. Bye. And then we're going to see the new outro as